name is Ania and I'm a contemporary dance artist and choreographer.
If I was you, under the conditions in which who I am is bound up with you, then I not only mourn the loss, did I become inscrutable to myself, and this life unbearable. Who am I without you? I was not just over here and you over there, but the I was in the crossing, there with you, but also here. So I was already...
I've been dancing for over 19 years, choreographing for 7, and in college I experimented more with contemporary and modern dance, and I felt really connected to it, and so I've experimented with contemporary dance not only in stage and performances, but also getting into dance cinema, and that's been a huge passion of mine, and this past year also entering into performance art, which has become a big part of my work now, and also what I did in this piece tonight. Most of my work, a lot of it is improv-based, and I tend to not really do too much planning. If I'm going to choreograph a piece, I go into the studio and I just kind of choreograph on the dancer as it comes. So it really is dependent on the energy of the dancer I'm with and the day, and my influences also shift pretty much daily and depending on what I'm going through at that moment or that day or that minute. It's very specific. My favorite part about dancing is that kind of mental place that you go to when you're performing. It's unlike anything else that I've experienced, and just being on stage and being able to speak and move with your body and express things that it's a cliche but that you can't really express with words. I definitely feel like when I'm using my body to express something or convey a message that I'm able to do that in a better way a lot of times than I would if I was using language. I've also studied gender studies a lot, and a lot of academic theories that I've encountered throughout my graduate school has influenced my work. And tonight specifically, I was using the work of Judith Butler, who's a really prominent gender scholar, and taking one of her speeches on rage and grief and then performing to it and trying to express her theory and what she's been working with and how she uses language and formations of identity, and trying to use movement to express some of her work. So I also want to explore more using academia and art mixed together for my performances in the future. I'd like to continue dancing and choreographing, maybe getting into creative directing or choreographing for different areas. I'd definitely like to work more in film, also in fashion. I've done some fashion choreography, so working with designers and finding inspiration from different fashion designers or accessories or other people's work also as a motivation for how I base movement has become something I want to explore in the future.
But we never do it as well as we do when we do actually lose. This being enthralled is one way of describing the social relations that have the power to sustain and to break us. Way before we enter into contracts that confirm that our relations are a result of our choice, we are already in the hands of the other, a thrilling and terrifying way to begin. We are from the start both done and undone by the other, and if we refuse this, we refuse passion, life, and loss. The lived form of that refusal is destruction. The lived form of its affirmation is nonviolence. Perhaps nonviolence is the difficult practice of letting rage collapse into grief, since then we stand a chance of knowing that we are bound up with others, such that who I am or who you are is this living relation that we sometimes lose. With great speed, we do sometimes drive away from the unbearable, or drive precisely into its clutches, or do both at once, not knowing how we move or with what consequence. It seems unbearable to be patient with unbearable loss, and yet that slowness, that impediment can be the condition for showing what we value, and even perhaps what steps to take to preserve what is left of what we love. Thank you.
My name is Ania and I'm a raw artist.